Six Flags Entertainment Corporation owns or operates 13 theme parks across the United States. For the concerningly low price of approximately $100, you can buy a pass that will grant you entry to all of these parks for an entire year. So buy a pass I did, and after visiting every single park with said pass, it seems appropriate to rank each one from worst to best overall. Now, before the Cedar Fair Flags merger is finalized and this video becomes entirely irrelevant, here are Up From Down Here's rankings. First on the list in last place, that's spot number 13, is Six Flags Great Escape, located in Queensbury, New York. This park is a blend of creepy yet charming fairy tale props from its origins as Storytown, USA, a drop of theming, most notable in its ghost town area, and two water parks slapped in the middle. Major coasters in this park include headbanging clones known as Boomerang and Steamin' Demon. The flat ride lineup is just a step above those, specifically because it includes an indoor, air-conditioned scrambler, appropriately named Blizzard. Speaking of flat rides, you'll also see some excellent scenery if you hop on board either of the two tallest flats, Sasquatch or Adirondack Outlaw. The excellent scenery I'm speaking of is the natural beauty of the surrounding Adirondack Mountains. Now, it wouldn't be fair to move on from this park without mentioning its star attraction, Comet, which is a classic wooden roller coaster that you'll find if you're adventurous enough to walk all the way to the back of this park. If we're being honest, the only reason it's a star attraction is because the coaster lineup here is so weak overall. The addition of a family Woody later in 2024 isn't likely to improve the coaster lineup much either, considering it comes at the price of removing a rare bobsled coaster. Next up, in 12th place, is Frontier City, a Six Flags theme park, which can be found in Oklahoma City in the state of, you guessed it, Oklahoma. The first coaster you'll see upon entering this park is a hard-to-find arrow shuttle loop called Diamondback. You'll find a couple more mildly exciting coasters as you meander the midways, until you reach the back of the park, where lo and behold, we have a classic wooden coaster. The culmination of this Woody, called Wildcat, features a dried-up splashdown. While the coaster lineup is just about on par with Great Escape, there are two things that really bring this park higher in the ranking. One is the increase in theming, which is roller coaster tycoon-esque western throughout, and the second item that sets this park apart is an outrageous Sally Dark ride called Quick Draw. On Quick Draw, you have the opportunity to shoot a bunch of targets that often feature hilarious effects. My favorite is a target that opens a bathroom door to expose a dude on a toilet dropping a dookie. I'm serious, it's a real thing. If you check out this park, be sure not to miss the Gunfighter Stunt Show, which for many regions is something you'd only find in the past. All in all, visitors will find the ambiance of this park to be pleasant. For the 11th place ranking, we're heading all the way back to New York, this time to the town of Corfu. I probably pronounced that wrong, but hey, I gave it a shot. In said town is Six Flags Darien Lake. This park is home to many off-the-shelf rides, and it's best described as an amusement park version of Basic. Superman's a fantastic Intamin hypercoaster, but things really drop off from there. The only other relatively decent thrill is the wooden coaster Predator, but it will need a few more years of track replacement before reaching a ranking of anything better than okay. Just to throw one more positive thing about this park in here, I will say we got what was promised on our visit, and by that I mean the multitude of closed attractions were in fact advertised as such both online and at the front gate. Sorry, New York, Six Flags really gave you the shaft. And now, we reach the top 10, which really isn't impressive in a ranking of 13. Located in the heart of America, Bowie, Maryland, Six Flags America snags number 10. This park features a higher than average tree count on the Six Flags scale, a Mardi Gras section with absolutely no bars open, and some mid-tier coasters. The coasters worth pointing out here are a Vekoma Flying Dutchman called Batwing, my personal favorite at the park, a GCI Woody called Roar, named after the sound it makes traversing the track, and Superman. Yes, that's Superman as in a mirror image clone of the one we just mentioned at Darien Lake. Six Flags America is also home to a fun bridge. A top-tier coaster addition or two would move this park up in the rankings, but since that hasn't happened, it's off to number 9. At number 9, we have the one, the only, OG Six Flags over Texas. Here in Arlington, Texas, you'll find RMC's first retrack of a coaster and the best ride at the park, New Texas Giant. Another cool coaster is Mr. Freeze, although wise folks tend to think the better version is with the train in reverse. Featured on the absolutely not cool coaster list is a rough, shaky, painful, did I mention rough? Wooden abomination named Judge Roy's Scream. At least shorter kids, those who are 42 inches tall, can ride this one. If you want to cause them permanent physical harm, you cruel human. There are some older themed areas in this park that make you feel all good inside, but sadly, Six Flags gave up on that with their newer sections and decided to implement their own signature touch, asphalt. This park may have stood a chance at ranking higher had their tallest coaster Titan been open on our visit, but from what I've heard, probably not. Hey, at least Over Texas still has their terrible capacity toboggan coaster running, for now. Filling the number 8 spot on our countdown is a park in Vallejo, California, known as Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. This is the first park on our list that is part theme park, part zoo. That's right, they've got everything from sharks and giraffes to penguins and wolves. Oh yeah, and roller coasters, of course. The park even ties the animals and rides together at times with fun names such as Monkey Business and Thrilla Gorilla. Some of the real animals are featured in their own shows. This includes a dolphin, tiger, and seal and sea lion demonstration. Each show features guest interaction as well, which is an exciting bonus. Coaster-wise, the Joker is a solid RMC, and Medusa is an excellent floorless B&M. By the way, this park has some trees too. We like trees. Ultimately, the moderate coaster lineup is rounded out with wonderful creatures, and that makes Discovery Kingdom worthy of number 8. Falling just below the halfway mark at number 7 on our list is Six Flags St. Louis, which can be found in Eureka, Missouri. You thought I was going to say it's in St. Louis, didn't you? The stars of this park are 3 wooden roller coasters that all offer a half-decent ride. The fan favorite of which is sure to be American Thunder, a smooth, quick GCI that's loaded with airtime and wildly banked turns. On top of the woodies, the Mr. Freeze coaster here is currently in reverse blast mode, meaning that it launches the train backwards and features a moment of weightlessness while you stare straight down at the ground below. Remember when we said reverse is better a moment ago while talking about the lesser ranked Over Texas? You want to talk about trees? St. Louis has more than that. It's set right along a mountainside, and some coasters even kiss the edges of this hilly wooded terrain. If you enjoy waiting 45 minutes or more for quick-serve dining, this is the park for you. On a brighter note, the ride operations team was efficient and exceptionally friendly all day long on our visit, and they deserve a shout-out. At a shockingly high ranking of 6th place, we have up from down here's home Six Flags park, Six Flags New England, situated in Agawam, Massachusetts. This park features everything you think of when you hear the words six and flags together in a sentence. We're talking nearly non-existent theming, asphalt midways littered with concrete pads, and slow ride operations. It also features a few real thrill rides. The second best ride in the park is a hybrid coaster that ranks amongst the top half of RMCs built to date, despite its lack of height. They call this RMC Wicked Cyclone. The second best ride at this park is the Intamin Hypercoaster Superman the Ride. Unlike the other Intamin coasters also named Superman that we've mentioned thus far, this one actually has a unique layout. It's a speed machine that has rightfully won awards year after year. These two second best rides are what make this park worth visiting for thrill seekers. Families will also find plenty to do here, as New England offers a decent assortment of kids' rides and several family coasters. What this park lacks, aside from theming, is a solid dark ride. Give it a dark ride and one more major coaster, and it will rise above the next park in our rankings. That next park at number 5 is Six Flags Over Georgia, located in Austell, Georgia. The fact that this park made it into the top 5 really goes to show the quality, or lack thereof, of Six Flags parks. The coaster lineup is acceptable, with the solid B&M Hyper Goliath, the RMC Twisted Cyclone, which is a bit less wicked than the Cyclone we mentioned at New England, and the only form of coaster worthy of containing the name Superman, the B&M Flying Coaster, Superman Ultimate Flight. Heck, Georgia's Scorcher isn't half bad as far as stand-up coasters go, and Riddler Mindbender offers a nice renovated run on a classic Schwarzkopf. Plus, they got rid of their fake coaster for the 2024 season. And while the coaster lineup isn't terrible, the real star that put this park in the top 5 is the incredible Monster Mansion. This is a dark boat ride that takes you on a quirky tour of a mansion that is, well, inhabited by monsters, as the name would suggest. Don't miss it. One last piece of advice: if you visit this park, be sure to avoid large groups of teens anywhere nearby. Okay, let's pause in our countdown for just one moment because you need to prepare yourself for some actual parks that are worthy of better than just decent ratings. The top 4 of our countdown includes the only Six Flags parks that I highly recommend visiting. I'm talking road trip worthy parks. Are you ready? Here comes the top 4. Leading us off at the number 4 spot is Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. We'll talk about the coasters in a moment, but it's worth noting that the flat ride collection at this park is quite solid and features many classics. Flats aren't the only classics you'll find here though. The toboggan-style Schwarzkopf Whizzer is a quintessential family-friendly coaster that offers a surprisingly enjoyable experience even for thrill junkies. That wasn't all that surprised us at this park though. The coaster collection was unexpectedly impressive as a whole, considering this park isn't typically the one that people talk about when they talk about Six Flags parks with marvelous coasters. What are some of these marvelous coasters, you ask? Though short, Goliath is a wooden coaster that is fast, zippy, and full of airtime. While this is the best wooden coaster at the park, there are a few Woodies at Great America, each of which is fairly decent and worth the ride. X-Flight is the best wing coaster I've ridden to date. Raging Bull holds its own in the B&M Hyper Twister category, even today despite being the first one built. If you like acceleration, you won't want to miss Max Force, as there's no faster acceleration offered on a coaster anywhere in the United States. Most say this coaster is a blast. While there are plenty of custom coasters at Great America, there's just the right balance of clones sprinkled in, including that proper version of Superman Ultimate Flight. Yes, this park does include near zero theming and lots of asphalt, but since we've come to expect that at this point, my only real complaint is that over half the water rides were closed during our visit in the summer. One would seem to think that that was an inconvenient time to have those down. Receiving the bronze trophy in the number 3 position is the well-known Six Flags Park found in Jackson Township, New Jersey, Six Flags Great Adventure. Here you will find world-renowned behemoths El Toro and King Dakar. Hardly any real wooden roller coasters offer a ride as impressive as the Intamin-built El Toro. The exhilaration starts with a high-speed cable lift followed by a long steep drop, and it doesn't end until the brake run. In King Dakar, well, who doesn't want to be launched from 0 to 128 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds on one of the only remaining hydraulic launch coasters? Oh, and by the way, it's also the tallest coaster in the world. No big deal. Since these coasters are the best, it can be easy to forget about some of the other solid coasters in the park, which include Nitro, Medusa, and Jersey Devil Coaster. As if the coasters weren't enough, the safari at this park is absolutely worth the ride as well. There is a bit of light theming in some areas that exceeds other Six Flags parks, and therefore I feel obligated to mention it, even if it is not enough to rival a solid theme park. In the number 2 spot on the countdown, we head back to California, this time further south to Valencia, where we have Six Flags Magic Mountain. This park features the most roller coasters of any in the US. Wait, not just the US. The most roller coasters at any amusement park across the entire planet we live on. That's Earth. Some of the outstanding coasters include the 4D X2, not Superman themed flying coaster Tatsu, and RMC Twisted Colossus, the last of which is double the fun if you're lucky enough to get a duel with the second train. Speaking of which, West Coast Racers features the much better dueling experience at this park, as you're guaranteed to duel and therefore interact with the other train on every ride. I have 18 ways they could make the duel more frequent on Twisted Colossus, but this is a countdown video, not an idea and nearing video. Despite many great and unique coasters at this park, it still has its duds. No dud is bigger than the fact that the maintenance of said coasters has been abysmal for years. At least 6 coasters were closed the entire day for maintenance reasons on our visit, and several others went on and offline throughout the day. In fact, I originally had Magic Mountain at the number 4 spot on this countdown for this reason. However, I later decided to put maintenance woes aside in my rankings and rate the park as if it were actually possible to ride the record number of coasters it brags about. Nevertheless, put on your hiking shoes and take your chances at this noteworthy Six Flags. Last but not least, the very best of all 13 Six Flags parks in the US is the one and only number 1 Six Flags park, Six Flags Fiesta Texas. I'll be spending the most time talking about this park because, well, at number 1, it deserves it. You'll find Fiesta Texas in the beautiful city of San Antonio. The first thing you'll notice when you drive into the parking lot is that this is no ordinary Six Flags park. Surrounding this property on 3 sides is a 100-foot tall quarry wall. While the wall alone makes for a nice backdrop, this park is the only one in the chain that is worthy of being described as a theme park. While not every area in the park is an immersive land, the majority of the rides contain more than a subtle theme. You'll be blown away while walking through an eerie lawn followed by a haunted house to queue for poltergeists. In Dr. Diabolical Cliffhanger's queue, you'll be impressed by the 2 pre-show rooms, both featuring working animatronics. The later portion of the Joker Carnival of Chaos queue will make you all smiles as you giggle through this legitimate funhouse. I'm just getting started though. One flat ride called Daredevil Dive is fitted with theater-worthy effects. Yes, we're talking about show-quality production from Six Flags at what would have been little more than a carnival ride. Even the queue of the mid-tier shooter dark ride, Pirates of the Dead Sea, is exceptional. Themed lands include a Germany section, Hollywood area, and Western setting. There are waterfalls and bridges located throughout this park that create an entrancing ambiance. But let's get back to the quarry wall, because while none of the coasters at this park are record setters, 3 of them interact heavily with the quarry wall, which makes for a coaster experience you are guaranteed to find only at Fiesta Texas. We're talking about climbing the quarry wall, diving off it, and even traveling through it in a tunnel. It makes me almost forget that the Superman themed coaster here isn't a flying coaster. Seriously, they could have named Superman Krypton Coaster after any non-flying superhero, or an animal, or a fruit for all I care. It'd still be one of the best flowless B&Ms out there, and you could still place the namesake of the coaster atop the vertical loop. Even Roadrunner Express is impressive for an Arrow Mine Train coaster. Riding alongside the quarry wall certainly helps there too. All in all, the park is undoubtedly the best cared for and maintained Six Flags park in the country. Not only were all but 1 ride running during our visit, which was in the middle of the winter by the way, fresh paint and upkeep could be seen throughout the park and even extended to the adjacent water park, Six Flags owned Whitewater Bay. Operations teams were also phenomenal at this park, and I'm still in awe just thinking about Six Flags Fiesta Texas over a year later. If you only have the opportunity to visit one Six Flags park in your lifetime, make it Fiesta Texas. You will find yourself on an adrenaline and astonishment-filled high all day long. And there you have it, folks, the official Up From Down Here US Six Flags Park Rankings. In summary, not every Six Flags had a Larson Looper, but most did, and now they're getting rid of some because even they think they have too many. Thanks so much for watching. Please critique these rankings in a harsh manner in the comments below, and I'll catch you around.